Hello everyone. Today I'm going to take you through how I created this checkbox dynamic dashboard. Check how it flows. As in when you click on the checkbox, it becomes so dynamic. My name is Gabriel. Let's get started. I have my Excel sheet, and as you can see, my data represents the staff performance, the sales amount, the profit we made, and the total customers that they engage. What is so important at this point here is that you make sure you have your developer tab opened, like it's showing on your ribbon, as you can see there. Is that cool? Okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to replicate the same data on the side, and as I move on, it will make sense. Then I try to change the background color for you to see the difference between the original one and the duplicated one. You just try to just create some border lines on the top, and I'll tell you what we use that for. So I click on my developer tab, and then what is more important is you go to the insert and you click on checkbox, just focusing on the one that is on the format control. So checkbox, I drag and I make sure my checkbox is somewhere on my Excel sheet, as you can see. Wow. Let's just right click, then you go to format control. Then it gives you the opportunity to link the checkbox to a particular cell. So in my case, I'm trying to link it to F3, as you can see. So I have F and I make sure I block it just like I explained in my other video. So I'm blocking it now to F3 by introducing the dollar sign. So you can have $F, $3. That will help you link the checkbox to a specific cell. Is that okay? Cool. If I am done, all I do is to click on OK, making sure my 3D is checked. That makes the checkbox a little nice. That's all. So as and when I click on my checkbox, as you can see in that cell that it is linked to, it will change. And make sure I give it a name that can represent that particular cell I'm referring to. So I change my text. So as and when you check the checkbox, it writes there true, and when you uncheck, you get it false. And that will really make sense. So what is good is we just replicate the checkbox. So I have like 3 different checkboxes. The second one, let me do it quickly by just making sure it is linked to cell G3, and I call it maybe my net profits, and I'm good to go. You can pause the video at this point if I'm moving a little fast. It's just the same as what I did for the first one. Good. So I change the name by editing the text fast, like that. So simple. So I'm going to do the same thing for the customer, the client engaged. So to represent the total number of customers they were able to contact within the period of time. So I give it a name like client contacted. So it represents the total number of customers who were contacted within the period. Just to measure the performance, so I'm using 3 main indicators: the sales amount, the net profits, and the clients that were engaged or clients that were contacted within the period. So I have all my 3 check boxes, as you can see, as and when you click on it, you check the box, and you click on it and it unchecks. And it's right true or false in the cells that are linked to. Is that cool? Nice one there. To really make my work easier to differentiate all of them, I'm trying to change the color of each and every check box to distinct each one from the other, aside just the text that I have in there. So I click on any of the check boxes, then I do my shape format, and I fill the shape with a particular color. I always like to have some kind of matured colors which are not so bright, so I stick to light blue and others and gray. Now let's see the trick that I perform here. I create another column where I'm going to put in the name of the staff whose performance are under review. So I used an interesting one. If you're using 2016 version and earlier, I think you can use this trick instead of typing all the names. So I type the first name, NII, and Excel is trying to predict, but I on purpose wouldn't go by that. So I just try to use just the first one as NII. I type the second one as Kamara. And my last one, I use Control E. Control and E for everlasting or elephant. Everything. And it just voila. That is the power of your autofill function. Let's move on. So as an analyst within the HR department, what I have to do here is to use my if function. That if G3 is true, give me the value as is in C5. And if not, give me an NA. NA means not applicable, so the data there would not show. Is that cool? So NA bracket open bracket close. So I do the same thing for the net profit as you can see. So if parenthesis open, I click on H3, and if that is true, give me the value at D5. If not, NA bracket open bracket close, and I given my last bracket. Always make sure you block the first cell, the logical test. So just like I'm doing for the last one, it's cell I3. So I make sure I'm going to block cell I3 by introducing the dollar. So I use a shortcut key on my keyboard, which is F4. Depending on your keyboard, you may have to use function key F4. I just make sure the formats are also intact. So I click on the original data. I select the data range. As you can see, I just want to make sure the format is still the same as the original one. So I select that. I click on Paint Format. I do that, and I drag downwards. And voila, we are good to go. Is that cool? Nice one there. If you have any question at this moment, you can leave it in the section below, or you send me an email or WhatsApp, and I will attend to you in the appropriate time. Is that fine? So as you can see, the one with the light orange color is different from the other one, but it's virtually the same data. So I said when you click on the checkboxes, you see when it is false, the figures just represent an A. Let's see how the trick works. So I select the data range in which I want to create a diagram by chart. Fantastic. So I have this chart here representing the entire data. As you can see, the blue one is the sales amount, the profits we made in the yellow or the orange, and the last one, which is the gray one, is also there. So because the total number of customers we contacted are so small, they are not showing. So I will try and make sure I change the chart type for that one and make sure it falls on the secondary axis, and change the chart type to like a line, so that at least it makes it look so perfect. As it's now, you can't really see. So how do I go about it? I uncheck the sales, and I also uncheck the net profit. So as you can see, it's more dynamic. You can only see the clients engaged or clients contacted. So I click on it, I go onto my format tab, and I click on change chart type. As this dialog box opens, I click on the chart engage, and I use line charts, and I click on secondary axis so it can really show properly. And bingo! Do you have any question at this point? I need you to just pause the video, go back like 5 seconds or 10 seconds and play back. We are not in a rush. Welcome back. So I will not need a legend because I'm going to create my own legend because I'm using the checkboxes as my legend here. So I try and adjust the chart to really fit well and clear. So bingo. Always make sure your diagrams here has your chart, or your diagram here has the right heading, so that the people taking decision on this data will not struggle to see. So I select it, I input the chart title as staff performance, and I adjust it so well so it becomes so clear. So in order to bring my checkboxes, I right click them, and in terms of the ordering, I make sure I order and bring them forward. Just right click and bring it to the front so that at least it can sit on the image, on the diagram you are working with. Do same for all of them and move it onto the chart. So I'm moving the sales one. So on the net profit, I right click, I order, and I bring it forward, as you can see. And I do the same for the client engaged. Right click, order, and I bring it front. I bring it forward. And that can sit on the image and make it clear. Is that good? Nice one there. So whilst you do presentation at this moment, as you talk, you can just be clicking and it's showing. Isn't this so cool? These are some of the basic things as an analyst or an HR specialist you should have in order to dissect and slice your data. Thank you. My name is Gabriel. See you in my next class. Contact me for any training or any sponsorship or any other discussion. See you in my next class. Bye-bye.